Alright guys, so like I said in my last update video, I'm going to just slowly be working into better quality videos. I have a new backdrop that I've been setting up right now, and I've gotten photography lights, and I have a new intro, so that's very exciting. But today, just to put something else back on the channel, I have a Blu-ray update. I haven't done a Blu-ray update since June, and I bought a ton of stuff. I haven't bought as much as I used to because I really slowed down buying movies. I was just blowing all my money, and yeah, I just really buy the things that I love. And there's even some stuff that I really wanted and I just haven't bought. Like I haven't bought an Edge of Tomorrow, purchased Edge of Tomorrow, and that's like my #2 favorite film of the year. I don't know why I haven't. I haven't. But yeah, so I have this Blu-ray update, and I'm just gonna dive into it and just talk about a lot of the movies that I purchased and why I purchased them. Starting off at the front, I have one second. I always get his name wrong, so okay. Cool. Gareth Evans, not I get it confused all the time with the guy who did Godzilla. The Raid 2. The Raid 2 is right now my favorite movie of this year. It is the best action movie I have ever seen. I'm gonna say ever. It has it's like a movie version of Mortal Kombat, but better than Mortal Kombat. It has the most insane action sequences, and it was done on a tiny budget, which makes it even better. It's a fantastic action movie to watch with a group. I mean, it's great by yourself, but if you get the opportunity to and you haven't seen it, watch it with a group because the reactions are going to be priceless. It is fantastic. Coming up, I have seen part 1, I have not seen part 2, Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac. I really liked part 1, I thought it was fantastic. All the actors give really super stellar performances. I just didn't get around to seeing part 2. I'm actually going to sit down and do that on Saturday. I'm going to go see part 1 and part 2 together in this kind of 5-hour thing, so that's cool. I'm excited for that. Cool. Next, I have TV. There's a decent amount of TV in this Blu-ray update. There's a lot of good TV shows out right now. TV is the new medium, and even older stuff. I bought American Horror Story Coven. I have not watched this. I haven't even watched Asylum. I bought the first I saw the first season when it first aired, and I loved it. And then stuff happens, life happens, and I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch them sometime. I can't tell you when, but I purchased it because it was at Walmart. It was only like $16 for the brand new Blu-ray when it's normally $40, and I was like, I'm probably going to watch it, so fuck it, I'll just buy it. Next, I have 3 seasons of a show I started collecting in June. In my last Blu-ray update, I had some of these. I think I had 2 seasons, and I have seasons 3, 5, and 6 of Tales from the Crypt. If you're a horror fan, you haven't revisited this, do it. Just do it. These are fantastic. It's one of my favorite shows ever. It's weird and it's creepy, and there's nothing like it today. And I don't know, it's just great. I love anthology stuff, and Tales from the Crypt has some of the weird, creepiest, most original stories I've seen in years, man. And I think this ended in like 1996, something like that. It's still some of the best horror, goofy, fun horror, of late. Scream Factory. I'm a big Scream Factory guy. I really like what they've done with a lot of their horror movies, and I love this movie on its own. I grew up with it. It was kind of like my Beetlejuice, and that is Clive Barker's Nightbreed. This movie has gone through so much shit. They took control away from Clive Barker, so they released a theatrical cut that wasn't his. Then they tried to re-edit it later into the cable cut, which was like 2.5 hours long, and it was just way too long. And here, Scream Factory and some editors have come together, and with Clive Barker, and they built the cut that he wants. So, Nightbreed, it's good. The funny part is, I like the theatrical cut the best. I feel like the new cut is just kind of extraneous, and I didn't like it. And David Cronenberg was the best character. He's my favorite. He's probably one of my favorite serial killers. So, as Decker, but and they kind of cut him out. It's weird. Next, I have some A24, man. A24 is one of the leading distributors right now of just pure quality content. I really love I actually love everything that they've done besides the Bling Ring. I wasn't a big fan of the Bling Ring. And I saw this. I did a review for it earlier this year. It's Jake Gyllenhaal's Enemy. There's actually, I'm going to put the Blu-ray right under the poster in the background. This movie's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Jake Gyllenhaal fucking rules, and it's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who did Prisoners. And Prisoners is one of my, Prisoners was either one or two on my top 10 list from last year. So the less you know about this movie, the better. Buy it. Just fucking buy it. Watch it. It's worth it. Coming up with more TV, 2 TV shows. Like, I've seen a ton of TV, like, The Wire, everything, all of this, The West Wing, the really great TV shows. This year, 2014, has spawned 2 of the best shows I have ever seen, and I don't know which is my favorite show of all time. One of them was True Detective, which I bought in June. The second one is Fargo. Fargo, the movie, is one of my favorite movies of all time, and the TV show is just as good, if not better. The TV show is just fucking amazing, with just incredible performances by Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman and is it Colin Hanks? I think it's Tom Hanks' son's name, Colin Hanks. Yeah, probably. I don't know, but Fargo is fantastic. It's 10 episodes. It's totally just engrossing. It's hilarious, like you would imagine from Fargo. Give Fargo just a pickup. Just pick it up. You know, it's the best thing FX has done. You know, I thought The Strain was going to be better, but it just kind of, it's good. It's just not. Fargo is cinema. Fargo cinema, like True Detective is cinema. I'm sorry, my nose itches really bad. Like, I can't tell you why. Next, I have a movie that I should have seen, and everyone gives me so much shit for never seeing this, and I mean, my friend bought it for me for my birthday, but I still haven't seen it, and it'll probably be a while. It's Scarface. Yeah, everyone knows about Scarface, so I'm just gonna pass. I don't know why, I've just never been interested in it at all. Next, though, is a movie that will definitely be in my top 10 for this year. It is one of the most original, just entertaining action foreign movies I've ever seen, and that is Snowpiercer. This is just one of the best action movies I've seen recently. It's really cool and entertaining, and it has that weird foreign vibe while still carrying like an American and British cast, and it's truly, truly fantastic. Everything about this is fantastic, and it comes with a really amazing slipcover. Snowpiercer is worth your money. Most people that love movies have already seen Snowpiercer, so you'll probably agree with me, but it is one of the best films of 2014. Speaking of best films of 2014, Blue Ruin. It's the Coen Brothers movie that the Coen Brothers never made. This movie is a fantastic indie movie from a first-time director, which is really hard to believe. It's kind of a revenge thriller if you were kind of inept at pulling off revenge. It's fantastic. It's shot beautifully. It's slow burn, and it has some really fantastic action. So, Blue Ruin, another one in the top 10 for this year, probably. Probably. I don't know. I'm working on my list now. Continuing on, Criterion. I like Criterion movies. I'm not a slave to them. I don't go out every time there's a Criterion sale, which is like every other week. But I did pick up this one because David Cronenberg is one of my favorite directors. Scanners. This thing is beautiful. It's Scanners, though. Everyone knows Scanners. Cool action spy sci-fi movie. It's fantastic. It has a really the Criterion presentation of this is absolutely just it's really, really fantastic. I've said fantastic so many times in this video. Another movie that I liked in theaters that I'm actually not a fan of anymore is Godzilla. I really liked Godzilla in theaters. I watched it again. It doesn't hold up. It is very boring. I grew up on Toho monster movies, and I know people are always like, oh yeah, it's Godzilla. That's the way Godzilla is. And I like the Spielberg thing where you hide your character, but like, when the 2 best parts of your movie only have about 15 minutes each, you have a problem. You know, Bryan Cranston is the best part of that movie, and he is not in a ton of it. Godzilla is the other best part of the movie, and he's not in a ton of it, and we're stuck with Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think the movie could have been a lot better had they just rewritten Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, because he's so fucking boring, and it's just tedious, and it's not exciting. It's very slow, and I'm not a fan of it. It's weird because like on both ends of the spectrum, you have Pacific Rim, which I thought was too goofy and dumb, and Godzilla, which was like too serious and dumb. There's no middle ground, so hopefully Pacific Rim 2 is in the middle ground, or Godzilla 2 is in the middle ground, because this shit is... it's like, we haven't had monster movies, and we get 2 monster movies, and they're both too far on either side, trying not to be each other. Halloween's over, but my favorite movie to watch around Halloween is The American Scream. It's a fantastic documentary about people that do home hauntings. You know, they spend October turning their house into a maze for kids, and it's just really heartwarming. It'll get you in the holiday spirit, just absolutely insane. I think it's on Netflix, so if you're in the mood for a good heartwarming movie, and it's November, but you know it might work because it's still November, leaves, go watch American Scream. It's on Netflix. You won't regret it. More TV. Sleepy Hollow. My girlfriend wanted me to buy this, and I bought it, and we haven't even watched it yet, so I don't have anything to say about it. I'm probably going to sell it. I'm never going to watch it. The other hand, Hannibal. Fucking best. Oh, man. TV these days are amazing. Hannibal, True Detective, Fargo. Fucking amazing. Hannibal Season 1 was incredible. Hannibal Season 2 is even better. Even better. I could say that the show is probably better than the movie. The movies. I know. But after all of this time, I prefer Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal over Anthony Hopkins. And that's blasphemy to say that, I know, but that's how fucking good this show is. It's absolutely fantastic. And it moved out of a procedural, so now it's more of just like a series narrative. So it's fantastic. Oh, I have a bunch of Scream Factory. Cool. I'm just gonna blow through some of these. The Alien Abduction movie Without Warning. It's goofy and fun, and it has a great cover. It has a great cover. It's not a great movie, but it has a good cover, and it's cheap, and it's worth watching if you like 80s, 70s horror. Pumpkinhead. Stan Winston, I think. Yeah, Stan Winston, the effects legend, directed this. Pumpkinhead, it's a really awesome Halloween movie, cool monster movie, great practical effects. Lance Hendrickson. Lake Placid, Giant Alligator, Bill Pullman. This was a weird Scream Factory release for me. It seems very new. But Lake Placid's fun. I used to love it when I was a kid. I used to watch it, and Congo and Anaconda. And I just used to watch those all the time, because I was really obsessed with jungles and big animals. So I can't wait till we get new big animal movies, because there doesn't seem like there are very many. Squirm, a worm movie. I've never seen this. I've been blowing through a lot of movies I've never seen before, but like, I always just find myself watching movies over and over again. Like last night I watched The Master for like maybe the 6th time, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's absolutely brilliant, but you know, that's how it is. Beneath, Larry Fessenden, great indie director who just loves being in indie movies, just loves making movies. It's not great, but I mean, he's still making movies, you know, he's doing what he loves, and sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss, whatever. He's still got it made. Draft House Films, they make some cool stuff. They made Cheap Thrills, which is really, really good. Cheap Thrills should actually be in this update. I haven't talked about that. I love Cheap Thrills. It's somewhere over in my collection. I forgot about it. It's been a while. But 2 other Draft House movies. We got Borgman, really weird movie. Really weird, really... Get high and watch this. This is... I don't elicit drugs, whatever, marijuana, pot, most people that watch movies smoke pot, so I'm just gonna, but Borgman is awesome. If you were to watch it, being slightly intoxicated would probably be the best way, so, same with A Field in England, another really trippy movie. This is Ben Wheatley. He does all kinds of weird shit. He has another one coming out called, like, High Rise, which it has, like, Tom Hiddleston and stuff. Really weird, trippy, black and white, medieval movie. It's so fucking weird. Scream Factory, again, we got Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps is the best werewolf movie, in my opinion. I love it. I love its allegories. allegory. Why can't I say that all of a sudden? I don't know. But, you know, turning into a werewolf as kind of a symbol of teenagers moving into, you know, puberty, periods, womanhood. It's just very cool. It's very interesting. It's very funny. And violent. A24. Back to A24, a movie I raved about this summer when it came out. The Rover, Robert Pattinson's best performance in my opinion, which, yeah, no, this is his best performance. It's David Michôd, I think that's how you say his name, David Michôd. He did Animal Kingdom, the other Australian movie with Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton wrote this, so it's really fantastic. It's absolutely gorgeous, kind of like Fallout in Australia. A24 again, we got Under the Skin, another one of probably on my top 10 lists. Scarlett Johansson is mesmerizing in this kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers sci-fi movie where this woman is picking people up off the streets in Wales, I think, and she has some weird motives, and it's very human and very Lynchian. It's very cool. Superhero movies, I'm not a giant fan of them, but I keep buying them for some reason. I loved this one though, X-Men: Days of Future Past. It didn't feel like a modern movie. It felt like a early 2000s like X2. It was really good. I'm really glad they got Bryan Singer back. Yeah, it's great, and I love how it focused more on characters than giant action set pieces, but it still had those too. So. TV, again, I have Penny Dreadful, a gothic horror show. I really wanted to get into this, watched the first 2 episodes and lost interest. I'm going to revisit it because I did like what I saw. There's so much to watch. There's so much coming out all the time, you know, you just get caught up. I have The Walking Dead Season 4, which everyone likes The Walking Dead. You don't need to talk about it. If you don't like The Walking Dead, then whatever, it's a guilty pleasure. It's not the greatest show ever, but it's entertaining, you know, it's entertaining to see what happens. Joe Swanberg's movie, I'm a huge fan of Joe Swanberg. I like the whole mumblecore thing. 24 Exposures, this is a really bad movie. I bought it because I wanted to hear the commentary, because I like listening to Swanberg talk about mumblecore stuff. Yeah, it's just interesting to talk about, hear people talking about like no budget filmmaking and just like what resources they had. I have 2 more. Neighbors with Zac Efron and Seth Rogen. This movie is hilarious. I think Seth Rogen and James Franco and those guys are the new kind of like Chevy Chase. They keep doing really great things for comedy, and I just really appreciate it, and I think a lot of other people do too. It's funny, it's lively, and it's also heartwarming. Like Neighbors has a very good like family dynamic, and it has some good morals too, and it kind of has that. It's kind of like Animal House a little bit, like a grown-up version of Animal House, a bit, and it's just really good. I'm really excited for The Interview this coming month. This Is the End was fantastic, so these guys just need to keep making the stuff with Evan Goldberg. And finally, a huge box set. I have the Halloween box set. It comes with all of the movies, including like the producer's cut of Halloween 6. Halloween. I watched every single one of these before Halloween. Some of my favorite movies of all time. Beautiful. It's totally worth the $80, $70 that I think it is right now. Definitely pick this thing up. It comes in just fantastic packaging. This is a steal. It's a steal. It's a wonderful, wonderful box set with you have every single Halloween movie here. Everything. So, alright guys, so like I said, I'm going to be doing videos more frequently. It just, you know, I like talking about movies, and I like talking to other people about movies, so it's very cool. This is a really good way to do it. I appreciate you guys watching still. I'm gonna try to do some new stuff, you know. I'm going to try to do a couple out and abouts, posters. I talk about posters. I collect movie posters. All these ones back here, these are just kind of stock posters. They're just on the wall, but I have a lot of like Mondo prints and things like that, and I want to start talking about things like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Click subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in me talking shit about movies or talking about movies I like, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to put that down below too. No Shave November. Got the beard going on. I hope all you guys are participating. I don't know why. I look forward to this like every single year to see if I can finally grow a beard. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, subscribe, like. I'll see you later.